Thanks for coming our way. I mean, it just elevates this event in so many ways, and what Caitlin has done, not just in on the court, but just in general for women and girls in sport, and such an inspiration and motivation. So, I really look forward to seeing your game tomorrow.
I honestly just got so triggered by Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
If you're a basketball player but just a recreational golfer like Caitlin is, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespects the LPGA golfers by thinking she can go into this tournament and do anything.
Caitlin Clark stepping onto the LPGA green was the off-season shakeup no one expected, but exactly what we all needed. From the moment she teed off, it was clear. Caitlin Clark's impact goes beyond basketball. Her arrival didn't just catch attention. It energized the entire golf world. Crowds gathered, cameras focused, and just like that, the LPGA got a real taste of star power. Even some of the biggest names in women's golf were surprised by the spotlight Caitlin brought. And they didn't hesitate to show her the respect she deserves. It was a perfect example of how to welcome a new athlete, and a lesson the WNBA could learn from. Nelly Korda, one of the top golfers in the world, set the tone. Instead of feeling threatened by the attention Caitlin was getting, Korda welcomed her with open arms, treating her not just as a guest, but as a fellow athlete to celebrate. That warm, supportive approach from the golf world was a sharp contrast to the colder reception Clark has sometimes faced in her own league. Where some in the WNBA saw rivalry, Korda saw teamwork. By doing that, she showed what real respect and support should look like. Stay tuned. This story isn't finished yet. Here's what Nelly Korda said about Caitlin Clark and why it's making waves in both sports.
So sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people out here, and to see how amazing of an influence she is just for sports was really cool to see firsthand.
Mexican golf star Maria Fassi didn't hesitate to show support for her fellow women athletes, especially Caitlin Clark. Her reaction was more than just kind words. It showed just how far the Caitlin Clark effect is spreading. Fassi's response was full of genuine respect, reminding everyone that when women lift each other up, the entire sport grows stronger. Instead of jealousy or rivalry, she showed admiration. Instead of staying quiet, she spoke out, showing what true sportsmanship is all about. While some WNBA players have struggled with the attention Caitlin gets, Fassi's approach was different. She didn't just accept Caitlin's rise, she celebrated it, and that sends a message louder than any criticism ever could. Her praise reminds us that Caitlin Clark's influence goes beyond basketball. She's changing the culture, crossing sports boundaries, and earning respect from top athletes everywhere. This is how it should be. Respect without ego, recognition without rivalry, and admiration based on shared excellence.
Players are getting excited about seeing some of Caitlin's action tomorrow.
The Golf Channel didn't just report on Caitlin Clark's LPGA debut. They welcomed it with open arms. Their focus wasn't just on the novelty of a basketball star trying golf. It was about vision, seeing the power of athletes crossing sports to boost women's sports as a whole. In a fresh and forward-thinking move, the network showed how Caitlin's presence could shine a brighter light on women's golf, attracting new fans and more attention. At the same time, it gave Clark a chance to grow her platform beyond basketball, a win for everyone involved. The Golf Channel's message was clear. Partnerships like this aren't just good PR, they're the future of women's sports. By celebrating Caitlin instead of pushing her aside, they showed how working together can help all leagues grow. Meanwhile, The WNBA still seems unsure about fully embracing the star power Clark brings. What the Golf Channel did right was simple. They saw the opportunity and went for it. Now, the LPGA and Caitlin Clark have a chance to build something bigger than anyone expected. And if other leagues are paying attention, this is the model to follow.
Dad, I loved it. My dad played a little bit growing up, and then I remember for one of my birthdays I asked for golf clubs, and I got this like cute little pink set. It was probably from, who knows, like just the store up the street, and a cheap plastic, not plastic, but pretty cheap pair. I had them for a while. They were cute. And then eventually got some nice clubs, and you know, I really love it.
The Golf Channel didn't stop at just one shout-out. Their praise for Caitlin Clark kept coming, and so did the cheers from fans and players alike. They highlighted how her presence brought fresh energy to the tournament, an energy that grabs attention and sparks conversations. The golf community welcomed Caitlin with open arms, giving her the respect and excitement every athlete dreams of. It wasn't just about her fame, it was about the real impact she made. She lifted the moment, and they made sure she knew it. This strong support was a clear contrast to the cooler welcome Caitlin has sometimes gotten in the WNBA. While some players in her league have met her rise with resistance,
coming our way.
the golf world embraced
just,
her with genuine
pride. It just
pride.
elevates this event in so many
The
ways.
lesson:
And what
if the
Caitlin has
WNBA
done,
wants to
not
keep
just
its brightest
on the
stars
court,
feeling
but just in general
appreciated,
for,
it might want
women
to
and
learn
girls
from
in
golf's
sport,
example.
and such an inspiration.
Because
and
true
motivation.
recognition
So,
isn't just applause.
Yeah, I really look forward
It's
to
about
seeing your
real
game
appreciation.
I honestly just got so
and
triggered
respect.
how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television by Caitlin Clark's golf debut.
Caitlin Clark
and
was
it is
asked
no
a simple
fault of
question.
hers that I got
How did you get
upset.
into golf?
It is the fault
What
of
she shared
the
was
WNBA
surprising,
because the
heartfelt,
LPGA
and completely captivating.
just did everything
She explained
that the
that her journey
WNBA
into
should have
golf
been
wasn't
doing
planned.
this season.
It just
they
happened.
did it.
Like
An
Caitlin is,
unexpected start that grew into something
the
meaningful.
delusional fan base
Over
that
time,
follows her.
golf became
All
more than a
correct
hobby.
in literally one
It
day.
turned
If you're
into
a
a place
basketball
where she
player, but
finds
just a
joy,
recreational
focus, and a fresh
disrespects
challenge.
the LPGA
Her
golfers
story showed more than
by
just
thinking
how
she can go
picked
into
up
this
a club.
tournament and do anything.
It revealed her deep
Caitlin
competitive
Clark joining
spirit
an
and
LPGA
genuine
golf
love for
tournament was what
sports.
Caitlin needed this
Not only
offseason.
basketball,
From the moment
but
she
the
stepped
game
onto the
itself,
green, the
in
golf
all its
world was
forms.
stunned by the magnitude
Here's
of
what
the Caitlin
Caitlin Clark
effect.
said about
The
how
buzz around
golf
her
found its
appearance
way
not
into
only
her
turned
life,
heads, it also
and why
showed
it
the
now holds a
WNBA
special
what real
place in her
appreciation
From this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season last season.
looks like. The biggest names in golf couldn't believe the level of attention she brought to the tournament. True recognition should look like. Nelly Korda, one of the top women golfers in the world, truly knew how to welcome and appreciate Caitlin Clark, and they made sure to give her the respect she truly deserves, something the WNBA should take notes on. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Here is how Caitlin Clark left the golf world in awe and made everyone rethink what truck, something that stands in stark contrast to the cold, jealousy-driven response from WNBA players who struggled to accept the attention Caitlin was receiving. Korda made it clear that Caitlin's presence wasn't just tolerated, it was celebrated. She took the time to make Clark feel part of the event and demonstrated the kind of support that every athlete deserves. This is what she had to say.
And
so sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people.
She has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, like, I mean, I'm in awe. I got a basketball. I'm hoping she signs it for my girls. But it's just really cool to see her coming out. I've seen her swing. I think she has a great swing and she has potential.
When Caitlin Clark
out
finally
here
stepped
and
onto the
to see
LPGA
how
course, golf world took
amazing an influence she is just for sports was really cool to see firsthand today.
Maria Fassi, a talented Mexican golfer, was also quick to praise other women athletes, and her reaction to Caitlin Clark is a real testament to how significant the Clark effect has become. Fassi's response was filled with genuine appreciation, proving that when women uplift each other, everyone what true sportsmanship and support should look like. Fassi's admiration showed that Caitlin's influence transcends wins. Unlike the woke and jealous WNBA players who couldn't handle Caitlin's rising popularity, Fassi showed the world in sports boundaries, making even seasoned professionals take notice of and applaud her impact. This is how it should be done, with respect, admiration, and acknowledgement of talent, rather than letting jealousy cloud the way.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here with Tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass.
The Golf Channel has made a significant effort in talking about Caitlin Clark, highlighting not only her participation in the LPGA tournament, but also the potential opportunities for both Caitlin and the LPGA to benefit from working together more in the future. Their coverage was a breath of fresh air, focusing on how Caitlin's presence could
break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence, you can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot is like that, it's at that level. But if you really watch, like, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package, and her being the French breaking that record, and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. Like, it's great for her, great for women's basketball.
Boost the visibility and appeal of women's golf, while also giving Caitlin a platform beyond basketball. It's a great example of recognizing and capitalizing on potential, something the WNBA has failed to do by not fully appreciating the star power Caitlin brings. The Golf Channel's take was clear. Collaborations between Caitlin Clark and the LPGA could create a mutually beneficial relationship that would elevate women's sports as a whole, setting an example that other leagues should be eager to follow.
It's been a huge win already for the LPGA in terms of publicity. Now, what the LPGA...
Caitlin, as they continued to heap praise on her, they highlighted how her presence had brought an electrifying energy to the tournament, something that made everyone take notice. The golf community showed an outpouring.
Does with this going forward, that remains to be seen. But given Clark and her love of golf, saying, she was going to go off and become a professional golfer, I think there's an opportunity here for the LPGA to capitalize and maybe make this into more of a partnership that could benefit both sides beyond just this one-off.
But that was not all the Golf Channel had to say about
basketball player, but just a recreational golfer like Caitlin is. The delusional fan base that follows her disrespects the LPGA golfers by thinking she can go into this tournament and do anything. There are actually fans that think she can make birdies or even pars. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's golf a bad name. So the kid is set up for failure right from the beginning.
Of admiration for Caitlin, setting an example of how an athlete should be appreciated and celebrated. This level of support was a stark contrast to the cold reception Caitlin faced from some in the WNBA. The golf world showed what true recognition looks like, something the WNBA should learn from if they want to keep their stars feeling valued and supported.
There's definitely a buzz. Actually, speaking as a part of a panelist, the Sox were lucky enough to be in the room. That's exciting. Of course, people can watch it and stream on the air. I think there's a lot of excitement about what's to come. Caitlin Clark is fine as well, but I know players are getting excited about seeing some of Caitlin's action tomorrow.
During the tournament, Caitlin Clark was asked how she first got into golf, and her story is quite fascinating, overwhelming, and beautiful. She spoke about the unexpected way she started playing and how it has become an important part of her life. It's a story that truly shows her competitive spirit and love for sports beyond basketball. Here is what Caitlin
said. I remember for my birthday, I asked for golf clubs, and I got this cute little pink set. Yeah, I loved it. My dad played a little bit growing up, and
especially
it was
the WNBA,
probably from who knows, like just the store up the street and a cheap plastic, not plastic, but pretty cheap pair.
And
I had them for a while. They were cute.
Beyond just one sport.
Thanks for coming our way. I mean, it just elevates this event in so many ways, and what Caitlin has done, not just in on the court, but just in general for women and girls in sport, and such an inspiration and motivation. So, yeah, I really look forward to seeing your game tomorrow.